Hi guys, welcome back to Origami Twist. My name's Jen, and in today's video we're going to make an adorable paper pumpkin for your Thanksgiving table. So I'm really excited about this one. I had fun designing it, and I can't wait to show it to you. Okay, the materials you will need for this project include a pair of scissors and a hole punch, as well as a pipe cleaner. You will also need 6 orange rectangles. So as far as paper goes, or the actual body of the pumpkin, I'm using orange copy paper, which does make for a very light pumpkin. If you're wanting something with a little more substance, you could use cardstock. Now the dimensions of your rectangles are going to be, in this case, since I used an A4 copy paper, I made the width of it just the width of the copy paper, so 21 centimeters. Which is the same as 8 1/4 inches. If you were in the States and use 8.5 by 11 paper, just make it the 8.5 by, just use the 8.5 width. That way you don't have to make an extra cut. And the short side of the rectangle is going to be 3 inches, which is a little more than 7.5 centimeters. Okay, so your next step is going to be to mark out some lines using a pencil. I'm using permanent marker here because it's TV and this way you can actually see the lines. But you're going to mark out some lines on the long side of your paper, and you can see it's almost 2.5 inches in from either side. And centimeter wise, that is about 6 centimeters in from either side. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side of the rectangle, make a mark. And then on the short ends of the rectangle, you're going to mark at 2.5 in from either side. And same on the other side. And if you're looking at that in inches, it's about 1 inch in from either side. Once you've marked one slice of paper, you can apply that to as many slices as you can cut, but use a pair of scissors on. So if you're making a bunch of these, just go for it. Make a whole bunch of pieces and use this as a template. You could even make a cardboard rectangle out of this and create an actual template, so you can use it for many, many, many pumpkins if you want to. You're going to just cut off those triangles. Once you've drawn a line between the 2 points, cut off the triangle that is created from that. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to do a few at a time so that it happens faster, but I'm going to go in about 2 centimeters or so from the side, maybe a little less, maybe 1.5 centimeters, 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to eyeball it because it doesn't need to be perfect, sort of like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Again, eyeball it, doesn't have to be perfect, and repeat that for all 6 of your jewel shapes. Okay, now that all of the pieces of your pumpkin have been cut and you have holes punched in them, now is the time to pull out the pipe cleaner and insert one end of it all the way through all 6 sheets. And you're going to pull it through until you've got 1 inch or 2 at the bottom. And what you're going to do is just create a little fold in the bottom. See, I've done the same here. Just enough so that when you pull on it, the pipe cleaner doesn't come through. It doesn't have to be perfect. You want to make sure there aren't any sharp edges, but other than that, it's just to stop it pulling all the way through. Then we are going to insert the other end up and down into the next. So coming up out of this, put it down into the other side, going through all 6 of your layers. Now, when this is completed, this is where you determine the height of your pumpkin. In my finished pumpkin, I have a short one, and this one I'm going to make it a little bit wider, I think, so something like that. I'm going to take the end of the pipe cleaner and feed it back through the hole. Then you're going to pull it until it makes a stem sort of sized shaped. And again, that's completely up to you. You can pinch it a little bit, but you do want to make sure that it's not going to fall back through the hole accidentally and make the pumpkin fall apart. So once you've decided how big you like the stem to be, you're then going to wrap the excess pipe cleaner around itself. Keeping in mind that if it's a really short pumpkin like what I've created here, you are going to have to do quite a bit of wrapping, and you may need to like tuck it into place. You won't really see the middle, so it doesn't have to be super neat, but just keep in mind you may have a lot of excess. You can also use wire clippers to just clip off the end of the clip off the end of the pipe cleaner if you need to. And of course, make sure there's an adult present and it's all safe and whatnot if you're doing this with kids. So now the last part just involves pulling the slices out and arranging them in a pumpkin shape. You may want to dampen your fingers slightly to get them individually, and you do want to be careful not to rip them as you pull them away, because they don't necessarily want to pull away from each other. They may get caught, particularly the last couple. And the taller the pumpkin that you make, the less actual pieces you're going to need. So in this case, it actually looks like I only need 5. It's okay. I'm just going to tear one of the layers off, and there we go. And again, you may also find that, you know, as you're working on it, if you do a slightly different size or play around with it a little bit, you may find that you need more than 6. And that's perfectly fine as well. Just play around with it to see how you go. And you've created some adorable Thanksgiving decorations. All right, I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and come back soon for more videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm planning to do some prizes and things in the near future, so we would love to have you there. All right, enjoy your project, guys, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.